Hi, I'm Ashley Walker and here's a roundup of the week's eco news from Barometer. The most expensive games in history, but Sochi were also the most sustainable. And wacky races, how Asian students swapped gas for green. It was big, it was brash, it was brave, but it was also green. According to the Sochi 2014 Organising Committee, the Olympic Park was built using green materials and wherever possible recycling and reusing waste. But Russia's green shoots won't be ending there.
Sochi 2014 arrived with a bang and a blaze of colour. The opening ceremony a lavish pyrotechnic display. But away from the fireworks, Sochi was more than just a Winter Olympics. For Russia, it was a game changer, serving as a catalyst to introduce the country to the concept of sustainability. The Olympic venues and facilities were built utilising modern environmental standards and protocols.
Have we done enough to preserve the environment? We have done a lot, I can say that. There isn't a place in Russia with so many buildings, so many spaces constructed that strictly follow requirements of international environmental standards.
The athletes may have gone, but Sochi's green credentials won't be extinguished with the Olympic flame. Games organisers will work for the next 16 years to restore the area where Olympic construction took place, including the Mazimta River basin. Changes to the rules governing the creation of infrastructure in Russia will be one of the legacies the Olympics leaves behind.
Other environmental issues in the news now. US President Barack Obama has said that climate concerns will play a key role in negotiations over a crude oil pipeline from Canada to Texas. He said his administration had to decide whether to allow the Keystone XL oil pipeline, stressing that climate change needed to be at the forefront of government decisions. The US has been studying the proposed pipeline since 2008. China has demolished 19 steel furnaces in its top steel-producing province of Hebei to reduce production overcapacity as part of an effort to ease air pollution. The furnaces were torn down in 5 cities of Hebei, home to some of China's most polluted cities and a major industrial region which surrounds Beijing. Bhutan has taken its first steps towards a vision of zero emissions. The government is targeting electric vehicles as a key strategy to achieve its goal of becoming a zero-emissions nation. It wants the capital Thimphu to be a clean electric city in which transportation is powered by clean energy. Bhutan generates sufficient hydroelectricity to make clean energy the country's major export. Greenpeace activists have staged a protest in Milan over the alleged use of hazardous chemicals in luxury brands, children's clothing and shoes. 5 protesters wearing orange jumpsuits lay on the ground, whilst a further 5 were hanging onto the dome in the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele. Greenpeace says it found hazardous substances in products which included Dolce & Gabbana and Versace. Students from across Asia have been tackling the thorny issue of carbon emissions. More than 100 teams took part in Royal Dutch Shell's eco-marathon held in Manila. The challenge? To drive 10 laps around a 12-kilometre track using as little fuel as possible.
One flag off!
Formula One it isn't, but then this tournament is all about promoting fuel efficiency. Vehicles came in a myriad of shapes and forms, from handmade cardboard boxes to more sophisticated polycarbonate designs. Racers could choose from 7 sources of energy: electric, solar or even gasoline.
The real purpose of today is, and the next couple of days, is to give an opportunity to students around the world to come and test each other, bring their ideas, their innovation. So there are some of maybe people who really will create the future in our own industry.
We are going to try how we can get better energy with the lower cost, with minimizing the cost, and then from this competition might be we can get a solution for that.
With carbon dioxide emissions increasing significantly, the United Nations have named greenhouse gases as one of the main contributors to climate change. And for these students at least, it's not about how long it takes to get from 0 to 60, but about saving the planet.
That's all for today. See you next week. Goodbye.